So I just wanted to do a quick video on oven orientation for you guys. So my oven is a digital touchpad for the controls, and I don't use very many of the settings on my oven. I typically use the bake setting. That's pretty much it. So I have marked the bake, cancel, the temperature up and down, and start, which are my primary buttons. So I've just marked them with some simple stickers. You can mark an oven in a lot of ways. You can use high marks, which is similar to puffy paint. You can use wiki sticks. You can use the pads for furniture or appliances. Sometimes they're foam, sometimes they're plastic, but they come with a sticky back, and you can just apply those at different spots to mean different things to your kiddo. You can also braille your oven if you have access to that. So I have marked bake, which turns it on. It defaults to 350. I've marked cancel and the temperature buttons. So it defaults to 350, so I go up in 5-degree increments, and I would just count by fives, up or down, and then start the oven to preheat, or cancel to turn it off, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do now. So that's how I control my oven. Now when I start to be able to put things in and out of the oven, I always want to work with my students on maintaining the center of the oven and making sure that you're in the middle of it all times. So when you start, it's very important to have your student explore a cold oven. So when you explore the oven, have your kiddo look at the number of racks in the oven, the slides on the side that change the height of the rack, the light in the back, the depth, and the width of the oven. So my oven is gas, so my heating element is up top. If yours is electric, it could be on the top and the bottom. So make sure that you know where both of those are, especially this top one, because when you're putting things in, you want to be very aware of where that is. Show your child how the oven racks slide out and have a stop on them, and then you can also push back in. Also show them how they can change heights in the oven. Most things are baked in the center rack, and you would know that by counting the slides in the center and figuring out where the middle is. So once you're ready to put things in and out of the oven, it's still important to practice on a cold oven. So we're going to practice by developing good habits by making sure that we're using our oven mitts. I have some oven mitts that have a silicone on the outside, which is great for beginners. Oven gloves are great, or barbecue gloves that they have the individual fingers, which increase your dexterity when you're putting things in and out of the oven. So you're going to put your oven mitts on. You're going to center yourself in front of the oven, your handles, and open the door all the way open and turn your face to the side, so when you get a big rush of air, that hot air, it doesn't burn your face. So even though our oven is cold and we're just practicing, we want to make sure that we are developing good habits. So we're going to open our oven all the way up with our face to the side, so we're not taking that heat in. We're going to practice pulling our oven racks out until they stop. And I'm going to typically start my students with a sheet pan. This is a quarter sheet pan, and it has the edge around the side, which is easier for kiddos to handle. So we're going to take that sheet pan, empty, set it in the center on the oven rack, push our oven rack back in, and then our door closed. And we'll practice again on a cold oven, taking it out. We're going to open the oven door, face to the side. Oven rack out. Find our sheet pan. Set it on top. Oven rack back down. And close the oven door all the way. We never want to have our oven door part of the way, because if we step into it, it's very easy for it to close on our hands when we're trying to get something in and out of the oven. It's the same reason that we typically don't teach our kiddos to not pull the oven rack out and to set it in here, because it's very easy to lose orientation in your proprioception and accidentally burn yourself on the edge of the oven. So once my students are good at the quarter sheet pan, we'll move on to a more traditional cookie sheet that has the flat edges. This is a lot harder to keep balanced and steady when we're putting things in and out of the oven. It's easy to tip, and then we'll lose our cookies. So once we've been able to do those, we'll move on to something like a casserole dish. So once you're ready to turn your oven on and work in a hot oven, it's important that both you and your students have your oven mitts here and on and handy, so that when they have an issue and you're there to assist, you will also not burn yourself. So we need to make sure that we're maintaining orientation, opening that door, and keeping our face to the side, door all the way open or all the way closed, but never halfway. So I hope this video is helpful, and please let me know if there's anything